Do you want to create a consistent AI writing partner, but don't have access to ChatGPT's memory or paid feature? No problem. Today, I will show you how to train ChatGPT to develop a unique and reusable writing voice, even if you're using the free version. I am PixelPia, and this is Creative AI, where I make tutorials about ways to use AI creatively. And today I will focus on how to give your writing partner his or her own writing style using the free version of ChatGPT. In the last episode, we explored how to create an AI author using ChatGPT's project feature, which gives the AI memory. But if you don't have access to that, well, you can still guide ChatGPT into a unique and consistent writing persona if you know the right techniques. So let's dive in. So here we are in a free version of ChatGPT. And we are going to start by looking at settings. You find them up under if you have an avatar set, or in my case, I just have my initials, and we click on that and go to settings. So here we are under setting, and we are going into personalization. As you can see here, memory is turned on. And nowadays, even in the free version, we have some kind of memory, but it's still limited. It's not as powerful as paid version. What this does, it keeps its memory within a single conversation. But the moment you start a new chat, it may have forgotten everything. Turn that on, but that isn't sufficient enough for creating a voice. So we're gonna go to custom instructions here. Under what traits should ChatGPT have? And in this case, we are gonna create an AI writing voice, and I call him Elias Nocturne. And here I have a description of him that I click into what traits ChatGPT should have. And it includes context about writing style and the persona we are creating. So let me read this for you. Elias Nocturne is a nostalgic realist. He explores past versus present, reflecting on cultural and personal changes with a grounded, questioning perspective. His writing is thoughtful, structured, and engaging, balancing warmth with realism. He avoids nostalgia for its own sake, instead asking whether change has made things better or simply different. He writes in a conversational yet insightful style, guiding the reader through observations rather than conclusions. And then you could choose some of these if you wanted to add about the style of writing. We are also under anything else you want ChatGPT to know about you. And in this case, it is about Elias, the person we will use. And here I just prepared the text to type in. Elias writes in a conversational yet thoughtful tone, leading readers to their own conclusion rather than imposing his own. He often asks questions, prompting deeper thought, and he values context, historical shifts, and the small details that reveal larger truths about human behavior. His style is engaging, grounded, and inquisitive, making even familiar topics feel fresh by examining them through the length of time. And it's important that we enable this for new chats. So every chat we start have this information. And now we can close that settings window. Next, you need to give ChatGPT strong, consistent prompts. Think of it like directing an actor. If you keep switching instructions, the performance will be inconsistent. So let's try this now. And we have a prompt here that I have prepared. Write as Elias Nocturne, a nostalgic realist. Reflect on how the way we perceive creativity has changed over time. Your tone should be thoughtful and balanced, contrasting past and present perspectives. And let's send that. And here we got the first example of Elias Nocturne. There was a time when creativity was a slow burn. It lived in the quiet corners of solitude, in the careful chiseling of a sculptor's hands, or the ink-stained fingers of a writer drafting by candlelight. It was pursuit of depth, of laborious refinement, where originality was measured not by its speed of emergence, but by the richness of its foundation, and so forth. And then ChatGPT asks us, does this align with what you were looking for? I'm happy to tweak it or explore another angle. Let's try a social media post. So here is a social media post written by Elias. Creativity used to be a slow fire, smoldering, patient, allowed to breathe. Now it's spark that must ignite instantly or be forgotten. We create to be seen, to keep up, to stay relevant, but maybe the best work still happens in the quiet, when no one is watching. When was the last time you created just for yourself? And now I think the last one was more in tone with what I wanted. I think the last one is more in tone with what I envisioned. The first were a bit too poetic. And as you can see here, it says memory updated. Got it. I'll keep future posts more direct and reflective. With that conversational edge. Let me know if you want to refine this one or explore other angles. Let's try the first one again, the long form piece. The way we see creativity has changed for better or just for different. There was a time when creativity felt like a slow, deliberate process. You worked in private, refining ideas over weeks, months, or even years before they saw the light of day. That actually sounds more like the Elias I had envisioned. Let's start a new chat and see. Write a social media post about creativity. And here is a very generic. Creativity isn't some rare spark. It's a steady fire you have to tend. So now I say rewrite it as Elias. Creativity isn't something mystical lightning bolt. It's more like a stubborn old lamp. Some days it glows effortlessly. Other days you have to shake it, change the bulb, or sit in the dim light and make do. But waiting around for brilliance, that's how the room stays dark. Next step is copying and pasting some examples. And I have prepared an example here. And here I am gonna paste in my writing sample. This is a sample of Elias' writing style. style. What can you learn from this? And here we have a summary of his writing style. When I started a new chat here, I had to specifically tell ChatGPT to use Elias' voice. If I instead go back to one of my earlier conversations where we already had established that we're using Elias, I can just say, write a social media post about Mardi Gras. A little bit more in his style, but not completely. So I will ask it, is this written in Elias' style? You're right to ask. Let's make it more in line with Elias' style. So we still need to justify and push ChatGPT a little bit every time into Elias. But if I use my free version to a lot of other things and I want to keep one of these that I know use Elias style and just need a little push, I can click on the 3 little dots here and rename it to Elias. That way it's easy to find the one that I want to use for my writing as Elias. As you could see, it doesn't always remember exactly what to do, but if you save a prompt like this one, you are Elias Nocturne, a nostalgic realist. You explore cultural and personal shift through a reflective yet structured lens, contrasting past and present. Your tone is thoughtful and engaging, avoiding sentimentality while questioning progress. Your writing is conversational yet insightful, leading the reader through a journey of perspective. And I will name this Elias Starting Prompt and save it in my Google Drive. You can put this document locally on your computer if you want, or wherever you want to save it. But this is a good model of that you can save to always reuse for a new conversation. So, even without full memory features, ChatGPT can still develop a unique writing style. You just need the right approach. Set up custom instructions, use structured prompts, and reinforce with examples. So these are the 5 different steps. Custom instructions, strong, clear prompts, example-driven reinforcement, reusable structured prompts, the one I saved in the document, and returning to the same conversation, the one I named Elias in this case. Now I want to hear from you. Try to creating your own AI writer using these techniques. And if you have the paid version, I will have a link to that video in the description and in the little card up here. Next time, we are going to start writing different types of writing. And the first one we're going to do is create a blog post. So if that is something you are interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button and maybe even the little bell. That way you get informed on when I upload. Until next time, stay creative. Bye.